everyone, my name is Nian Liu. In Chinese, it's Liu Nian. I'm from Beijing, China, and I live in Beijing. I'm a first-time film director. I did my undergraduate program in Beijing, in Beijing Language and Culture University, and my major was English. And then I was awarded a scholarship to study in Copenhagen in the DIS program in Humanities and Social Sciences. And afterwards, I went on to study in the United States, where I studied film production in Ohio University on a scholarship. That's where I got my film master's degree from. I think in general, the cinema scene in China, it has this sort of trend that's going upwards for sure, because a lot of new films are being made in China, especially mainland China now. And there are more and more films being made. There's actually also a growing of independent film scene that start to appear in China, and then there are people actually start doing films the DIY style, which is, of course, didn't exist even 10 years ago. So I guess that's good. I guess the obstacles for a young director here in China, there are many obstacles actually, but the main one is that you don't actually have a very supportive network. Because I know in some European countries you have a lot of government grants that young filmmakers can apply, and with the grant you can actually, granting arts and films, you could apply so you could actually make films with a certain grant money you receive. But in China there's no such grant exist. And also, like I said, there's a independent film sort of scene that just started to exist. It's not quite matured yet. So if you want to find people who wanted to do independent film, sometimes you can find people willing to do it for free or for minimum pay. But here in China, it's very difficult because the independent film scene is not quite matured yet. It doesn't really have a support system that's as mature. I guess the important thing is you just have to be very brave. You have to be strong, because it's very difficult. I can't really offer much, because for me, I'm like a first-time director myself. But I think there are a lot of you really need to be strong and to be persistent in order to achieve something, and you have to be thick-skinned sometimes a little bit too. I guess I always liked film ever since I was a very little kid. I loved watching films, and then I like telling stories. At first I wanted to be a writer. I used to write a lot when I was growing up, and then I started to be more drawn into visually expressive forms. So I just think it's good to make films to tell stories, because I think it's very difficult process, but it's very gratifying if you could actually express yourself through the form. And I don't really think in my film there's so much a political message, but I think there's definitely a social message. You can find my work at my website. It's very simple website, but you can see the trailer there. It is orangelanternfilms.com. The film that I will present in Milano Film Festival is called Tong. It's a story about a little girl who loses her bus pass, so she decides to walk home, and the way she encounters different characters. It's a very simple story, but I believe got some charm to it. It's a very interesting story. I think it's sort of for all ages. So come see it.